Hi there, this is Matt at State of Flex here with a review for Under Paris. This is a film that debuted last month on Netflix, and if you watched my top 10 films of the year so far list, this made it relatively high on that list. And I think it's because, well, being a fun shark movie that works in sort of a B-movie angle a la 47 Meters Down and The Shallows, it's more of a dramatic effort that kind of is the backbone to the story that makes the film elevated above things like those films or certainly something like The Meg. It's not quite as fun as Deep Blue Sea, but that is kind of the closest thing that we have to compare this to. Because when the shark mayhem goes, it goes hard just like that movie did. And it is well shot. It is pretty spooky. The visual effects aren't 100% great. It is operating on a bit of a lower budget. But for a shark movie that is pretty heavily CG utilized, it's really good for its type. And, well, it never attains the quality of, say, a Jaws. I think it rides the line between The Shallows and Deep Blue Sea really, really well. What works is the center point character played by Bernice Bejo, I want to say her name is. She was the lead actress who was nominated for Best Actress for The Artist. And she is really fantastic in this. And she's surrounded with characters to bounce off of, some of whom believe her and some of whom don't. It does fall into the Jaws line of having a mayor who's like so ambivalent to what's going on that she's determined to make sure that what's supposed to happen with this triathlon happening in the river comes to pass. But they surround this center character with a bunch of people, some of whom are making very intelligent decisions, and it's a smarter movie than you'd expect, and some of them are falling into the pit traps that most horror movies do. Though it does take a lot longer for the mayhem to finally erupt in full. There are multiple scenes where you're like, oh, that's such a stupid thing to do, and you expect the shark devouring to begin, but instead, this long period of tenseness kind of allows itself to build without the release that you would expect. And I think that that was something that I was really impressed by. The plot of this film is kind of like a Jaws by way of pandemic movie, in that you have sharks that have evolved to breathe in the freshwater river of the Seine because the ocean water is so heavily polluted. And as this shark breeds, they do so rapidly, and you have this amazing final credit sequence that I know turned off a lot of people getting to that climax of the film. The climax works for me. I thought it worked fantastically. I can see how you might not be in love with how this movie ends, but because of that closing credit sequence, I am 100% on board. I really enjoyed this film. I give it a firm 3.5 stars. I think you're going to have a good time if you give this movie a chance as well. And let me know what you think of the film down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.